All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another class of Nakshatras. And in this class, it's a very unique class that I'm going to take for you people today. I am going to help you to figure out, to rule out the six most important nakshatras for you in your horoscope and why they are important. This is one of the unique topics that I am teaching in the nakshatra batch, and you'll understand that you cannot survive in Kali Yuga without taking these nakshatras in consideration for your life. You see, ladies and gentlemen, every time I do a consultation, I silently give the remedies for these nakshatras silently. Because when someone is coming for a consultation, he may not be very astrologically savvy, right? He may be interested in straight away what is the remedy? How can I come out of this situation? Ruji, what about this particular dasha? What about this Antra dasha? And trust me, uh, these remedies, this learning that I'm going to give you, it is going to be both permanent as well as temporary things. Now, when you go through the entire lecture, you'll be able to understand what exactly I mean. Maybe in 40 minutes from now, you'll understand what exactly is permanent and what exactly is temporary. I have been extremely occupied, and Saturday we had Rakhi, the Nakshatra 6 and 7 batch already requested me to shift the class because obviously it's the festival of sisters and brothers. And I also had my sister who came to my place, and then probably in the evening, right, they planned to, stay back. So we bought this Nakshatra 8 class also on Monday, and it is a combined class, so I'm going to teach you a unique topic today, right? And also the other batches are also, we've got Jyotish Bhushan coming and medical astrology. So medical is on Thursday, and the Jyotish Bhushan we are planning again on Friday, and then the Shiv Mahapuran is tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Uh, you know Currently the consultation wait has gone up to 45 to 50 days, right? I have more than 450 consultations in the queue, right? So it's a lot of work, right? So I am sure that you people are compensating and helping me, to achieve by attending these classes on whatever time I give you. So I thank each one of you from bottom of my heart, right? Taking out time from western part of the world, early morning, late evening, Singapore, Southeast Asia, Europe, America, Canada. I thank you, everyone for being there. Right. Now, this topic that I'm going to discuss with you people today are the unique, six nakshatras. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever thought why your life started with a particular Mahadasha? Have you ever thought why? You all know that in whichever sign we have moon and in whichever nakshatra we have moon, the planet associated with that nakshatra will start your Mahadasha, the first dasha of your life when you took your first breath. If it is in the first pada and you have your Venus 20 years of dasha, maybe 19, 18 years you'll have that first Venus Mahadasha. If it is in the second pada, maybe 15, 14 years. If it is in the third pada, maybe 10 years. If it is in the fourth pada, maybe 5 years, the balance period of the Venus is left. Right? But why? Why? That's the question. And this question is answered through nakshatras. And these nakshatras become very, very important in your life. Now, Initially, when we started studying them, it was, you see, you have a Mahadasha, okay? Then you have a sublord known as Antra dasha, okay, which is also known as Bhukti dasha. The Antra dasha is also known as Bhukti dasha. And then we have Pratyantar dasha, the third, sub-step. And then we have Sukshma dasha. So every dasha, I'm talking about Vimshottari Mahadasha because Vimshottari Mahadasha is the only, most powerful and accurate nakshatra-based dasha system. Nakshatra-based dasha system, right? You see, imagine this is the room I'm sitting, and you also sitting in a room, okay? Now, this room has four corners, okay? Imagine if this is not a room, this is a tent, a straight tent, like a wedding tent, a small room, like a small wedding tent. And it will have four corners, and there will be support at the four corners. Imagine a scenario. Now, superimpose that your 70, 80, 90 years of this life that has been given to you, you have to spend in that tent, in that home, and you need support. So you get support from four different corners, and you call them as your pillars of your tent or your home or your room. Similarly, there are four supporting nakshatras like pillars on the four corners of your life. And these four nakshatras can be in Tarabalam, can be whatever. But these four nakshatras are here to help you the maximum. They become the pillars of your life. And there are permanent pillars and there are temporary pillars. Because the Mahadasha that you're running will not run for whole your life. There'll be one Mahadasha at the time of the birth, and there'll be one Mahadasha which is running now. The control has been shifted from one planet to another, to another, to another. But the Mahadasha that started at the time of your birth has lot of effect on whole your life. Whole your life. In fact, it is not the Mahadasha, but it is the Lord of the Mahadasha. Because it is directly associated with your Janma Nakshatra. Yes? Right? So, who started? Circle it in your horoscope. I was born in Anuradha Nakshatra. For me, my first dasha was Shani's Mahadasha. Because the planet associated with Anuradha is Shani. So, I will first go and round Shani, Saturn, in my horoscope. And there is a nakshatra associated with Saturn. That is the first pillar of my life. That is the first pillar of my life. I will not forget the remedies for that particular nakshatra whole my life. The Devata associated. Because he's the one who controlled my life when I was born, when I was 1 hour old, an hour old on this planet. It has an importance, no? The first person who picked you up, the first person who gave you the food for the first time, we call here in Punjab, we call special people to, give something to the child for the first time. Maybe a drop of honey. We try and call the most intelligent person from the family to just make him taste the honey for the first time. So that is your first nakshatra from the planet which is the lord of your Mahadasha, the first Mahadasha, and that planet must be sitting in a nakshatra, that nakshatra. Then the fourth house. The fourth house, exact same degree. So suppose my Saturn is in Hasta Nakshatra in Virgo at 10 degrees in 34 minutes. I will circle it. Let me give you this pictorial description. If you can see, this is my chart. I was born in Anuradha Nakshatra Pada 2. The Lord is Saturn. Saturn is in the Hasta Nakshatra at 10 degrees and 34 minutes. I'll just circle it here. Okay? I'll just circle it here. Then exactly from here, I will go to the fourth house from where the Saturn is sitting, and I need to find out the nakshatra which is at 10 degree 34 minutes in the fourth house. 10 degree 34 minutes in the seventh house from my first Dashanath. First Dashanath, okay? And 10 degree 34 minutes in the 10th house from my first Dashanath, the lord of my first Dasha, Shani. I want to know, it is great if you have a planet in the same pada, same nakshatra. For example, now, if you want me to figure this out, how will I figure this out? So, in Sagittarius, in the Sagittarius, 10 degrees, and see, we start from here in the Sagittarius. In the Sagittarius nakshatra, 0 degrees to 13 degree 20 minutes, we have Moola nakshatra. Is that correct? We have Moola nakshatra. I want responses, so let me allow you to type. But type only what I'm teaching you. Host and co-host. Okay. I think you can type now. So we have Moola nakshatra here at 10 degrees and 34 minutes. Let me write down here. We have Moola. Okay. Am I right? And at 10 degrees and 34 minutes of Pisces, I will have Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra. Uttara Bhadra. And 10 degrees and 34 minutes in the sign of Gemini. Tell me what nakshatra I'll have. I'll have Ardra nakshatra here. You see, when you are giving the consultation, these particular nakshatras that you see, let me just cross this. Yeah. So these 4 nakshatras you write down on a table. So for me, if I have to create a table for myself, I'm creating a table here. Hasta, then Moola, then Uttara Bhadrapada, and Ardra. These nakshatras are going to have major impact on my life. And wherever you have the lords of these nakshatras, wherever you have the lords of these nakshatras, those houses also gets activated in the Mahadasha. For an example, when I was born, the 10th house, because Mula is associated with Ketu, again for Uttara Bhadrapada, the Lord is Shani, the 6th house, because Shani is sitting in the 6th house itself. And 10 degree 34 minutes Adra, Rahu, the 4th house. They got activated immediately at the time of my birth, and the planets who were associated with these nakshatras, wherever they were sitting, got activated. It's like when you turn on the light and you know Diwali lights, so that there's a laddi and it's attached with the bulbs, and imagine there are 10 bulbs and 3 or 4 of them have the connection, rest of them are fused. So suddenly you'll find on the roof there are the light is there, light is there, light is there, light is there. Rest it is not there. So the moment you are born, these nakshatras hold your maximum sanchit and the prarabdha karmas. Maximum karmas are stored because kendras are pillars of your life. These nakshatras are of the exact degree into the kendras of Mahadashana. Exact degree. 4, 7, and 10 are the kendras. To make the life easy, you can also do like this. When I started, I used to do like this. Like, I was born in Anuradha. Saturn is my, I'll rotate Saturn to the Lagna, and this becomes my Kendra. This is my Kendra. So what I have to do here, I have to figure out the degree. 10 degree 34 minutes here, 10 degree 34 minutes here, 10 degree 34 minutes here, and 10 degree 34 minutes here. Whatever nakshatra, we got Hasta, right? We've got Mula here. We've got Uttar Bhadrapada here. And we've got Ardra here. These are the most important 4 nakshatras of my life. And I should not survive single day without their remedy. Now, what is the remedy for Uttar Bhadrapada and Adra? They are Rudra nakshatras. So I should have a small shivling at my home and I should do a very small Rudra Abhishek every day. Maybe pouring little bit of water. Maybe pouring little bit of milk. What can I do for Ketu? I should have a dog at home. Huh? Permanent remedy, right? Not, I mean, where will you find dogs every day? I should have dog at home. I should start my sadhana with Ganpati. And when the moon is transiting in the Mula Nakshatra, I should go to the temple and offer reddish muli to the shivling. Remember when I taught you the Mula Nakshatra, one of the remedy was to offer, and I'll be teaching to the new students when they learn Mula. You should see, when you learn all the 27 nakshatras, the remedies, over the period of time with me, you'll be able to figure out the important remedies associated with each nakshatra. So one of the remedies of the Mula Nakshatra is to offer radish on a Shiva temple. And when you're going to do, you're going to do it every month when the moon is in Mula for me, when the moon is in Uttar Bhadrapada for me, when the moon is in Adra for me, are very important days. The most important thing for you people, a journal instruction for each one of you is that these days you should be completely away from alcohol, non-vegetarian food, and physical sexual activity. Kam, krodh, lobh, moh should be avoided because these nakshatras are already holding your karmas and they become very important nakshatras. It's like a spark when you are born. This is the reason. Saturn is the reason for my lives to start in the sixth house. It's the reason that, hey, when you are born, I'm sitting in the sixth house, you will fall sick. And I fall sick when I was born. I was hospitalized when I was 11 days old. Sixth house got activated. 12th house, I was in the hospital. The 12th house got activated. Ninth house, my father was running around. Third house, I was born as a twins. There was a younger sibling. Activation. And eighth, from the eighth is the third house. My mother says that I was about to die. मैं मरता मरता बचा. I had diarrhea and I lost all my water. I was totally dehydrated. So they have to drip me. And remember, in 1980s or 81 or 70s, having a drip was a challenge. It was not like now. I mean, the hospitals used to be 50 kilometers away or 60 kilometers away. But nobody knew that what remedies are to be done, especially for the child who is born now. You know, what can you suggest immediately without you have a problem or not? But these four nakshatras become very, very important. Now, this is permanent set of nakshatras. We can switch over to your present Mahadasha. Oh, because present Mahadasha, there are four more nakshatras who are playing the role beside these permanent ones, which I am doing the remedy already. But there will be four more nakshatras who are extremely active right now. And when the moon transits in those nakshatras in a month, you get the maximum result of your Mahadasha. Did you learn something new? What I'm saying? Suppose I'm running Venus Mahadasha, right? I'm running my Venus Mahadasha. And Shukra is an Ashalesha nakshatra. I have to find out the degree. So what I'll do here, look, I mean, in this Mahadasha, these 4 days are going to be very, very important. So let me go back to my this and see, Venus is in Ashalesha. Ashalesha. Here, I have to figure out 22 degrees and 09 minutes in the fourth house, 22 degrees and 09 minutes here in the seventh house from my Venus, which is my Mahadasha Lord, and 22 degrees and 09 minutes in the 10th house. Right? So, who would want to tell me what they see here? What do you see here in the 7th house at 22 degrees and 09 minutes? Do you see Vishakha? Yeah, you see Vishakha here. Okay. And what do you see here in the 10th house? Do you see what? Shravana? Do you see Shravana here or what do you see here in the 10th house? In the Capricorn? Which nakshatra at 22 degree? Shravana. Oh. And what do you see here at 22 degrees and 09 minutes here? Bharani. Hmm? What did I do when this Venus Mahadasha started? Vishakha nakshatra. A very good remedy is Hanuman Chalisa. Trust me. Hanuman Chalisa. For this, we have Vishnu Sahasranama or Vishnu mantras. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. And for Bharani, I planted an amla tree. Or I offer amla to Vishnuji on every Friday. Maybe some amla murabba or some amlas to Vishnu, to Lakshmi Narayan on Fridays. So that this dasha, these nakshatras come to my support. Along with Ashalesha, they are driving me. And for Ashalesha, I'm going to Nagas. I'm going to Shiva. I'm offering milk to Nagas on Friday, which I recommend many people the remedies and all. Ashlesha has many other remedies. You see, in your particular Mahadasha, when the moon will transit in these nakshatras, you will have the events of your Venus Mahadasha. I'm giving you this example. You can take your own Mahadasha and be very conscious when the moon is transiting in these nakshatras. Very, very conscious. This is the concept of Kendras. Kendras are the pillars of your Kali Yuga. Without them, you will not be able to work. But to work, you need another thing. And that another thing is Shakti, Bal. Bal, Buddhi, Vidya, Deho, Moh, Haru, Kalesh, Vikar. Every day in the morning, Bal, Buddhi, Vidya. These are the three things you need every single day to perform any work. First thing you need is energy. If you don't have energy, Bal is gone. Buddhi means intelligence. And then knowledge. Bal, Buddhi, Vidya. And that is what exactly three things we ask in Hanuman Chalis. To a Chiranjeevi who is there with us on this dharti. Hanumanji is on earth right now. He's Chiranjeevi. He's there. He can listen to us. Right away. Right away he will listen to us. Just say him Ram Ram. He can't, turn his back. Because when you say him Ram Ram, he will reply to you Ram Ram. He will not turn back. If you start reading Ramayana, he will listen to you. And when you say Ram Ram, Shiva will listen to you as well. And when you say Om Namah Shivaya, Ram will listen to you. You have to make this loop that all of them listens to you. You have to make this loop. And that's what I teach in Panchadevata Puja. I make them listen to you. Because you're taking the names of the deities who pray to each other. When you do Om Vishnave Namah, the next mantra is Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. They are praying to each other. Gayatri is praying to Durga. Durga is praying to Gayatri. Guru is praying to Ganpati. Ganpati is praying to Guru. Isn't? That's the importance of Panchadevata. Panchadevata is also taking care of your Panchbhutas. That is why our Panchadevata puja is so intoxicating. So now you've understood the four most important permanent nakshatras and the four most important temporary nakshatras which are based on your Mahadasha. Let's say, Guruji, my Mahadasha is great, but my Antardasha is really troubling. So that means you can figure out the same 4 nakshatras for your Antra dasha also. And for 2-3 months, you can emphasis on the remedies of that Antra dasha. Hello, maybe for a year, maybe for 8 months, when an Antra dasha is really, really troubling you. Guruji, my pratantra dasha is really troubling me. Only 15 days of this problem or 20 days of this problem. No problem. Why don't you figure out the nakshatras of your pratantra dasha? Then some Lal Kitab Pandit will tell you that, you know what, Utkarsh, your next 5-7 days are very, very problematic. तुम्हारा ये हो जाएगा, गाड़ी पलट जाएगी, this, that. Now you can go to those 4 nakshatras of the Sushma Dasha planet. And for 4-5 days, can you do some remedies for those particular 4 nakshatras? But then what are the problems do you get? Problems for the 4th house, which is Sukha, family. Family ke andar problem, 4th house. So the emphasis will be on the 4th nakshatra from the Mahadasha Nath nakshatra, the 4th. Or maybe it's Sukshma or Pratyantar, whichever is troubling you the most. The 4th is for Sukha, family, vehicles. 7th is your daily income, partnerships, marriage. 7th house is marketplace. Marketplace is 7th house. Sales. And 10th house is your father, your work, your competition. And maybe if it is your health, then you have to do the remedy for the nakshatra of the Mahadasha Lord. Like for me, like Venus, for my health, it is very important that I do remedy for Ashalesha. For my work, it is Amala. For my daily income, associations, it is Vishnu Sahasranama. For my family, peace, prosperity, Sukha, it is Hanuman Chalis. You understand? Are you with me? Because what are we without the 4th house? What are we without the 7th house? What are we without the 10th house? Nothing. These are the 4 pillars on which our Kaliyug life is all about. That is why when a planet is in the Kendra or Trikona, we consider it auspicious because it is there to help you. Maybe to relieve your karma. But where are the powerhouses? Where are the storages of your karmas? To the exact Kendra degrees of the Mahadasha Lord, where it is sitting, the nakshatra. And exact degrees means the nakshatra Lord. You can further break it down to nakshatra pada. Based on that, you can further go to the Devi associated with that nakshatra pada. I have a video on YouTube. Go watch that. Acharyas, please share that video. Every pada there is a Devi associated. You can do the mantra of that Devi. If the problem is really, really very heavy on you. You have to figure out the problem is the 4th house, Sukha, vehicles, mother, family. It's the 7th house, your daily income, the people that you meet every day. It's your partner, it's your girlfriend. 7th house, associations. It's like 7th house is like the Dubai Mall. The 7th house is the mall. And you go to mall and you don't have money. Your credit cards are over limit. That's the problem of the 7th house. Do not consider 7th house just to be your association, partnerships, or wife. The money that you have right now in your pocket is the 7th house. Abhi jeb mein kitna paisa hai, that's the 7th house. From the Mahadasha, I'm not talking, this combination is not from the Janma Nakshatra I'm talking. I'm talking about Mahadasha. And you can go to pratantra dasha, you can go to sukshma dasha, whatever. For health, take the lagna, first house. Lagna. Now go ahead. What about fifth and the ninth? The fifth house and the ninth house from the Dashanath Lord, exact degrees. Tell me what number nakshatra will you find there? What I'm asking is, you have a Mahadasha Nath in a home, in a house. Fifth house from it. Fifth house from it. Same degree. Just check if you get on the 10th nakshatra and exactly ninth house, you'll get the 19th nakshatra. That's what I'm saying. So from here, I'll go to the fifth house. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Fifth house, 22 degrees and 09. And the ninth house, 22 degrees and 09. Tell me what nakshatra will you find here at 22 degrees and 09? Will you find Jyeshtha? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we find here Jyeshtha. And what will you find it here? Which nakshatra? Over here you will find it 22 degrees and 09 in Pisces. Revati. These two nakshatras, their deities, are my strength in this Mahadasha. Like the biggest support system. Like the biggest support system. Because Trikonas are Shakti. Trikonas are what? Strength. Your Shakti. So if I need to do something which I want कि वो manifest हो जाए. Suppose I want my passport to be given or my visa to be given. Or I want to start a mantra. Or I want to visit my gurus. I want to visit Vrindavan. I want to see my guru. I want to see my teacher. I want to sell my car. I want to sell a property. For me, in the Venus Mahadasha, when the moon is transiting in Jyeshtha or Revati, are the best times for me. Because these nakshatras are going to give me, supply me power. Because they're exactly in trines, exact data points to the trines of my Mahadashanath. And you know what? The 10th nakshatra is Karma nakshatra. And the 19th nakshatra is Adhana nakshatra. Tuhina, only for this Mahadasha. For overall strength, I told you pick up the first Mahadasha, which has the maximum effect, which will be lifelong, permanent thing. You parked those 4 or 6 nakshatras permanently for you, for overall remedies of your life. But for this particular dasha, you have another 6 nakshatras supporting you. You need to do the remedies. And I mean, see, we can't do remedies every day, but at least we know that, hey, when the moon is in Revati, for me, I can take a bigger decision. For in this particular dasha, maybe Revati may not be very favorable to me in my Tarabalam, in my Navatara system. So the planet associated with the nakshatra of the Mahadasha Lord is strength for that Mahadasha. No, wherever that planet has gone, you will have to find strength there in that house. For me, tell me Jyeshtha and Revati, which is the planet associated with it? Mercury? Mercury is in the third house of communication. And my strength is communication right in front of you, trying to communicate every single day in Venus Mahadasha for 8 to 10 hours. And for Jyeshtha, I have to be very close to Indra. I have to be close to Agni. For Revati, I have to be close to animals, birds. I have to show path to the people. Whichever work is stuck and it's not happening, I'll wait for the moon to transit in either in the Jyeshtha or in the Revati to get it manifested. I'll try those days. I'll try those days and pray to God that, hey God, please help me. See, exactly in the Kendras there are your good karmas stored there. So for me, in the Jyeshtha and the Revati, in this particular current dasha, my good karmas are stored there. Because they are exactly into the trines. You see, how many of you consider trines and kendras as good houses? How many of you consider? Raise your hands. Do you think the trines and the kendras are the good houses? Right? And exact degrees, the exact nakshatras in the kendras and trines of a particular Mahadasha should be good. I'll not take any questions right now. Let my flow will break. Please don't interrupt me now. Do you think it'll be good, right? It'll be good. So you have to identify and let the moon transit there. Fifth house is about my children. Fifth house, love. My mantra. So if I have to start a mantra, which maybe a mantra for 40 days. Like you take sankalpa, like Suchitra ji took sankalp ki main pura sawan ka mahina, I'll fast or something like that. She took an ashirwad that day. I was very happy. So maybe like that kind of a sankalpa if you wish to take. Now sawan starts from a sawan, but probably if I have like mantra that I'll do for 40 days or 60 days or 108 days. Wait for the moon to transit to the 10th nakshatra from where the Mahadasha Nath is sitting, from that nakshatra, which will always fall in the 5th house, same degree. उस दिन आप प्रार्थना स्टार्ट करो अपनी, हमेशा 5th हाउस में फॉल करेगा और आपका 19th नक्षत्र विल ऑलवेज फॉल इन द 9th हाउस, सेम डिग्री from the nakshatra in which your Mahadasha Lord is sitting. These two nakshatras will give you strength in the Mahadasha. Long distance travel. 9th house is work, Guru. 9th house is Gati. 9th house is basically war zone, no? How's 9th house war zone basically? I just said 10th house is war zone. But Shri Krishna was standing in the 9th house. Sagittarius, where you have a bow and arrow, you are getting ready for the war. So it's like the Prime Minister sitting in the war room and watching the live operation. That's actually the 9th house. So if you have those bigger tasks that you have to do in your life, the 19th nakshatra from the nakshatra of Mahadasha Lord becomes very important. You must do the remedy for it. That's what I said, Gauravji. That he said, what if those nakshatras are not? Let it be. Let it be. I said That is why I'm not considering them from the moon. आप समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? I am considering it from the dasha, the current period. And you know what? 70% of your life is controlled by dasha. 10-20% transits. If dasha is good, see, we all are here, right? Mangal Ketu आया चला गया ना? You all are single piece sitting here right in front of me. मतलब आपका महादशा ठीक था, right? You all are single piece, right? किसी के पट्टी वट्टी तो नहीं बंधी हुई, no bandages, nothing, all good, Simon. Mangal Ketu gone, right? Mangal Ketu gone. How many videos did you see Mangal Ketu and got harassed in those 30 days? La tootegi aag. See, I know there were plane crashes every day, people died. But you all are there. COVID came, COVID gone, people died in COVID. You are there, right? So that means your Mahadasha is supporting you. The day Mahadasha will stop supporting you, all these transits will come and hit you right and left every day. And you'll be sitting every day like this. What have I done? Every day right and left. रोज चांटे पड़ेंगे for no reason. That important is Mahadasha. So you know the 10th nakshatra, the 19th nakshatra, the Kendra, the Trikona is the Shakti. And Kendras are like, they are working as drivers for you, that they, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, because you need comfort, you need money, you need work, you need health, you need partners, associations every single day. You need money every day, right? So now, as a homework, you need to write down the 6 permanent nakshatras, which are very, very important, and the 6 temporary nakshatras, Mahadasha. And you know what? The Mahadasha and the Antardasha may also have a conflict. Mahadasha is always powerful than the Antardasha. ये भी बात याद रखना. So if you have a bad Antradasha, but your overall Mahadasha is good, just take it easy. Maybe 15-20 days, a month or 2 months or a year. For me, like Venus Mahadasha, Rahu Antradasha has come. Rahu is Badhaka. I should start doing certain remedies. See, Rahu is in the 4th house. The day Rahu Mahadasha has started, the Antradasha, my mother is unwell. The dispositor of Rahu is Moon, debilitated in the 8th house. My mother is not well. The day Rahu Antra started. So I have to find the trines, I have to find the kendras. So here, for my mother, I must find the 4th house from the Rahu. And tell my mother to do the remedy. Hello, are you with me? Hello, everyone, you with me? You understanding what I'm saying? Like Rahu Antra started, affecting my mother. So I need to figure out the exact degree from the Rahu in the 4th house from the Rahu. And see which nakshatra and do the remedy of it. The deity associated with it. Am I making some sense to you? Yes, no, you got some fair idea of the class, right? This is how we do remedies. This is how we find out कि इस मौके पे अभी क्या help करनी है. That is how when people take consultations every 3 months, 6 months, तो लोग हमसे पूछते हैं भैया मतलब क्या remedy दोगे? There are people who come to me every 3 months for the consultation, reconsultation. So what I do? I pick up those nakshatras, antardashas, pratyantardashas, sukshma dashas. I see kendras and trines and give them the remedies. अब हर 2 महीने में, 3 महीने में महादशा और अंतरदशा थोड़ा बदलेगी, बट सूक्ष्म दशा, their trine, their kendras, those nakshatra activations becomes very, very important. This was something I wanted to teach you today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've learned something which is very, very important. Yes, let me allow you people to don't take much of my time because I have few commitments, but very early in the morning tomorrow. Yes, Sachin ji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I wanted to clarify one thing that, okay, so in your chart, currently your Venus Mahadasha is running, and Venus is sitting in your in a nakshatra which is associated with Mercury, right? So Mercury is 12th from Venus in your chart, right?
Yeah.
So do we have to take that also into consideration where
Obviously, one
the
आया मरकरी क्या होता है, छोटा भाई होता है ना, गया ना,
अच्छा
गया ना. He is giving me communication and took my brother also. क्योंकि शुक्र भी मारक था, बुध भी मारक था, द्विद्वादश संबंध हुआ, लॉस होना था. किसका लॉस होना था? मरकुरी का. अगर मैं उसका छोटा भाई होता तो मैं जाता, क्योंकि मैं उसके 11वें भाव में था, वो मेरे तीसरे भाव में था.
uh, I mean, you lost it during the Venus Mahadasha only.
वीनस महादशा, सूर्य अंतरदशा. सूर्य इज ऑल्सो इन द थर्ड हाउस, 12th फ्रॉम वीनस.
Okay, okay,
सूर्य इज
okay,
आत्मा कारक है, तो थर्ड हाउस में ट्रेजेडी होना.
okay.
गुड क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, चलो, आज इतना. यू हैव